The Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode number 363. A good number, a good year. Is it? I don't know. We'll never know. Who are you people?
Not anymore.
I don't know.
Oh. Well, let's say hypothetically that your names were Pink Sparkle, Puff, and Addie the Hero.
Perhaps.
Man, in this hypothetical situation, one of those guys is definitely a Mark.
Maybe. It could be either one of them, really. Could be both of them, could be all of them. Let's say, though, what if they had YouTube channels? What would they upload on those channels?
Oh, if that Pink Sparkle Puff guy had a YouTube channel, he would definitely be uploading Stronghold Crusader Definitive Edition demo this week, all week long. We're doing it live, but not live because it's recorded. And probably nothing else beyond that. Well, yeah, Stronghold is coming.
Damn.
Raw.
To Monday Night Raw. Live on Netflix. But pre-recorded, but airing live on Netflix.
The segment is pre-recorded, but it is airing live on Netflix.
Now, let's say this Eddie the Hero guy, let's say he has a couple YouTube channels. What would he upload on there? On those,
well,
I should say.
I wouldn't reckon that his review would have gotten much more work done on it because, things...
Things are a problem with making reviews.
But on his second channel, I would assume that he'd be having a Kingdom Hearts episode that references Miley Cyrus.
Understandably, if I think of anything that should be recorded, it should be a gaming channel where you talk about Miley Cyrus.
I mean, you see...
Wait, Miley Cyrus is Disney Star, right?
Actually, yes.
So yeah, that actually would work in the Kingdom Hearts thing, I think. I don't know what the rules are. I don't play Kingdom Hearts. Do I look like a nerd?
You don't play Kingdom Hearts yet.
Don't answer that.
Yet.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then, there might be an arcade run video of Ashura Sword or Ashura Blade, Sword of Dynasty.
All right.
Then, a video of Warframe, where playing the game on console with a keyboard and mouse made it so it doesn't tell you the buttons that you're supposed to press. It tells you where the image files for those prompts are supposed to be.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound great.
Yeah, no. You'll see. And finally, in Digimon Survive, some progress might be made towards the boss. One of them.
All right, at least one of them.
Yeah. And that would probably be it.
All right. Well then, let's say that weird strangers that you are, I would tell you about my YouTube channel. If I had one, what would I upload on it? Nothing.
Who even are you?
Well, it is worth noting that as strange as you two are, I'm pretty sure I've met you before. And we may have, in fact, recorded YouTube videos before with each other. Perhaps several, perhaps a whole YouTube channel upon which we'll be uploading in the next week. On tomorrow, Wednesday, Payday 2, Part 47.
Oh, yeah.
On Thursday, January 30th, Doom Part 2.
Oh, man.
On Friday, January 31st, Overwatch 2 Part 1.
Oh boy, it starts.
On Saturday, February 1st, Bubsy 3D.
Oh no.
On Sunday, February 2nd, For Honor Part 15.
That's the one where you die.
And on Monday, February 3rd, Danganronpa Part 38.
I don't know what happened to that one.
I don't know if Pink referred to For Honor where he said that the part where we die or Bubsy, honestly.
Yeah.
We died on the inside for Bubsy.
Yeah.
We
I don't
also
know.
died in game.
Yeah. Like I don't know what was worse, Bubsy or VIP.
Bubsy. I don't even remember VIP, but Bubsy.
Fair enough. The best part, VIP is coming out next week, I think. But the best part of VIP is VIP was not only on the PlayStation 1, it was also on the PlayStation 2. So I looked up images of the PS2 game, and it looks to be the same game but with higher quality models. Like it's slightly different environments because it's all 3D, but like otherwise genuinely the same game from what I can tell. So yeah.
All right. So the topic for this week is favorite one-off videos for the group channel.
Yeah.
In which case, who are we including one-offs we did for Christmas and for Halloween?
That is pretty sketchy territory, because technically those would be part of the series, the long-running series, but at the same time, we only did a session for many of those videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we can do both. We can do one counting those, and we can do one not counting those. Cause yeah.
If we count those, I do think that the Fallout New Vegas Christmas episode is up there. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Just between between how wonderfully we failed to meet the premise at all of, Pink will have such a hard time, and me and Addie will be here talking while he does, and no, it was actually pretty seamless. To all the shenanigans that commence once we actually get to New Vegas.
Yeah.
Right. Christmas should always be celebrated in remembrance of Gojira battling with why am I blanking on his name?
The local NCR troopers.
Them too.
We didn't bring in Atlanteus there just yet.
No,
we brought in Atlanteus to fight the Deathclaw Mama.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Deathclaw Mama. I had that reversed. Christmas should always be remembered when we got launched into the stratosphere and beyond.
Yeah. Didn't you get launched?
Cut it into orbit.
I forget. Didn't you get launched hard enough to crash the game at one point?
I don't know if we ever actually crashed. Which is ironic, because Fallout New Vegas does have a history of crashing a lot, but I don't remember actually crashing during that session.
In spite of everything, I don't think it did.
Oh. Because I do remember that you got launched so hard that it took us I want to say 10 minutes until you actually fell to the ground again.
We had to set the game speed to run at 5,000 times speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And not quite so remembered, but nonetheless relevant, is Pink getting launched, not just straight up in the air, but also getting launched way off horizontally away from the map. getting knocked out of fucking Nevada. Mama Deathclaw sent you to California.
It's true.
And again, we had to set the time to like 5,000 as Pink swam through the ocean that I did not know existed as the infinite boundary outside of Fallout New Vegas's world.
I mean, generally speaking, most games will have the blue hell or an ocean.
I kind of figured you'd just fall. There would just be endless skybox until eventually you hit the kill box.
Some games don't have a kill box.
Yeah. There wasn't enough time in New Vegas's development for a kill box.
Yeah.
That's probably very true.
It should be noted one of the classics in our group is Zoo Tycoon.
Yeah.
Which is pretty well all our own work. The game did not cooperate with us on that one. We had to make the funny, and we did on that day.
Yeah, I mean, on some things the game worked with us because, like, whatchamacallit, like the bit where you were, Pink was driving you somewhere. You were trying to show him something, and I just spawned in front of you and then yell while you run me over.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have worked if the game didn't allow you to switch between being on foot and being in God mode.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Although I do kind of wish that we had that from your POV instead.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the result of how it was that we recorded at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And as I scroll through our YouTube channel, I remember I thought it was one of the ones that one of the recordings we missed was the KOF 98 when we first witnessed the pizza.
Yeah, no, the reason you remember that being lost is because when it was supposed to come out originally. So what happened was I uploaded the video, I edited the video, uploaded the video, scheduled it. It was up there for like a month, if memory serves, something like that. And then literally the day it comes out, I'm like, all right, the video comes out today, and it didn't. And I waited another 3 days, and it didn't. And I went, I don't think I fucked up the schedule that bad. So I went to the YouTube thing, and it just wasn't there. So,
oh right.
So luckily enough, I didn't delete the finished video from my hard drive yet. So I just re-uploaded it and then scheduled it for the next week, which is how we have it. But yeah, like that was just gone? Question mark? The original upload?
Oh shit. I'm seeing another one that's a classic here. Not to take all the answers, but Bloodborne.
Yeah. I mean,
worked out a lot better than intended.
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, I was surprised when I actually played through Bloodborne locally. I was surprised that I beat the Cleric Beast first try again. But on the other hand, I beat the Cleric Beast first try just in general with like half a minute of input delay. So like,
yeah.
I gotta shout out. What was it? I believe this was a one-off. I think it was a one-off, but Viscera cleanup detail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. There was a lot that went right with that one because there's, of course, I've talked before how much I love the nonsense that you were able to figure out with the game's fucking decal system. It's also worth noting Do you guys remember the big pile of bullshit we made at one point, just telling the trash can maker or whatever it was to just keep printing out more trash cans, trash bins?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that worked out really fucking well.
I mean, the best part was when you left me alone in 2 separate rooms at some point. You were in some other place of the space station that we were cleaning, and both of them had a spawner. So in one room I just spawned nothing but buckets, and in the other room I spawned nothing but boxes. And the bucket room was manageable. You could just like do Skyrim jumping on the buckets and it was fine. The box room, you couldn't go inside.
Oh god, I remember this. Yeah. It's the wonderful thing about Viscera Cleanup Detail is that in other games you're fucking in the game up hard and it's not the intended purpose. But Viscera Cleanup Detail, yeah, they just kind of expect you to fuck it up.
Yeah. And I don't even remember what happened in the hub. Like I either died and fell off a hole, or just fell off a hole in general. You know, like trying to open up some secret, but I couldn't respawn because I was dead.
Right. Oh, that was good times. Addy, do you have a particular pick?
I'm trying to think. Like the thing is, we did a lot of one-offs that I liked. So like, I mean, okay, I feel like we have to shout out like the OG one-off for the channel. But technically, it's not the OG, I suppose. But you know, it's close enough. Virtua Fighter 5.
Yeah.
Like that video set things up for the
It was
future.
one of the ones, yeah.
Because like, you know, whatchamacallit, Injustice 2, when we played that was the first time we played a fighting game together, and like that could have been a fluke.
It could have been.
This
yeah.
one's the one that sealed the deal, though.
Yeah,
Once we hit Virtua Fighter, we all knew what was up.
yeah, Virtua Fighter was the one where it's like, oh, okay, so just like I played too much Tekken, I guess.
Ha!
And like I wasn't even when we played Tekken, if memory serves, I wasn't even that bad. You know, as in like I wasn't that hard to fight, if memory serves, comparatively to Virtua Fighter 5. Just because in Virtua Fighter 5, Jackie has the flip kick and it deals 75%. For some reason.
And it has like no startup.
Yes. I genuinely think I don't have the frames, but just from my memory, I think that moves has like maybe 3 frames of startup, perhaps 5. So like also like the same startup as a jab. For 75%. Actually, I'm gonna see if there isn't an online resource that tells us how many frames there are in that.
You gotta be careful. Make sure to look up original Virtua Fighter 5. Now there are like 3 versions.
Oh, that wasn't Doji Virtua Fighter 5, that was Final Showdown.
Wait, hold on. Did you say that we were playing we weren't playing original Virtua Fighter 5? We were playing Final Showdown because that's
Yeah.
we were playing the original Virtua Fighter 5.
No, we weren't. The one you're thinking of is Ultimate Showdown, the one that was released before Evo.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We were still playing it in like an enhanced version that had an extra character or 2.
Yeah. Alright, virtualfighter.com.
That sounds very unreliable.
Let's see. Where is the flip kick? I assume this is it? Because for me it was just like diagonal up and kick, but there's two of them and a somersault kick. Maybe it's that, I don't know. Where are the frames?
Where are the frames?
Yeah. Okay, so
What happened?
okay, I think this is it. Perhaps. Yes, this seems to be it. Okay, somersault kick. Diagonal back kick. Damage is 50.
50% or 50 base
50%?
damage?
50 is the base damage, but compare this with like or you know like a combo. A 2-hit combo is or you know a weekend, but still 2-hit combo is 8 damage. A 4-hit combo is 15.
Okay, yeah, that gives me a better picture or a clearer picture.
But yeah, so apparently the startup, from what I can, because it has like EXE, Act, and Total, I assume. But yeah, so apparently the startup is 14 frames, the actual move is 4 frames,
Yeah.
and then it's minus 26. So I can't guard out of it, which is incorrect. It's untrue. I'm probably just whatchamacallit, I'm probably reading it wrong.
Well, we were on delay, a very delay heavy. So a lot of buttons that are not safe in regular gameplay are safe in delay based gameplay.
True. But yeah, it's supposed to be minus 26. It wasn't. Which minus pink is like minus whatever number is the amount of frames that it can be hit. Like it's the amount of time that you can block basically after it.
I see.
So yeah, now we know.
And knowing is half the something.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, one off. I also really liked I also really liked the one we did for Pink's birthday, the 2K23.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, say that again. We did what for Pink's birthday?
2K23.
Oh, 2K23. Yeah. A lot of good stuff happened with those games.
Saints Row.
Now,
Saints Row the Third.
yeah.
That was a good one off.
Yes, it very much was. It was that one like is almost in flank territory where like it was we did record it, but I still kind of think of it as I still kind of think of it as a kind of a lost recording just because of how much funnier it was from my perspective.
Yeah. While I was scrolling through the channel, I just came across Smite Part 11. Hate when they turn me into animals, says man playing Raccoon.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What's up?
I came across Vampire. Which I...
Oh boy, I think... Did I skip Vampire?
Yeah. It was only Pink and I, and Pink got very angry at the game at one point. Like, not shoot angry, but work angry. I think.
What over?
The main character is a vampire doctor. Like he's a doctor and also a vampire. And there's a point where you find like a guy who's unconscious, and he just walks up to him and goes, "Yep, he's dead." And Pink is yelling throughout the entire scene, like, "Turn him around, Doctor! SS! SS!"
Yeah. Now, in fairness, he's an old doctor, right?
Yeah.
He should be looking at it and going, "Oh, bad humor's dead."
I'm tempted. It doesn't count, I don't think, because there were technically 2 sessions of this. But Street Fighter 1.
Was there?
Oh
There were-
God!
Oh,
We
that
did
must
Street
have
Fighter
been
One a couple times though.
Like,
Yeah.
Street Fighter 1 was 2 sessions. The first session we spent, I want to say 3 hours or 4 doing it, and then I gave up because it was 4 hours after we started recording, and I went, no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Then that same year we came back.
Yeah, we came
and
back
spent-
to it. What did we do that for some holiday event?
That was the New Year's video.
That's what I thought, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, the video was literally titled "The Year Can
That's right. Yep, I
Year
remember
Can
now.
End Before Sagat is Defeated."
Yep.
And I timed it so the video ends like a couple of minutes before New Year's.
Yep.
So it's reset the clock. Control.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Wait,
Control.
no, I wasn't there for that. What am I saying?
It was still a good video. It's me bitching about the way Controls told, more or less. And then we just left at the bugs. I don't even remember, Pink, do you? How I got on top of the headstand?
I don't remember.
Because I think we were just like, whatchamacallit, we were hurt
I
by
don't even
something, and
remember
I was
like intentionally trying to break it in such a way where we could get up to there. I just remember somehow we were. It just was.
yeah, I think we were hurt, and I tried to, because it's a cover shooter, so I tried like putting the characters back next to the wall, and instead of doing that, because it's the same interact button, instead of that she climbed up on the headstand or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Oh fucking hell, Sims 2.
Sims 2?
Yeah,
I don't remember Sims 2.
I am too unhappy
I
to
remember
run.
the sessions of Sims 3. Which one do we introduce Knuckles in the game again?
That was 4.
Oh,
Sims
wait.
4.
Sims 2 was the one you did on console, right?
Yeah. I did both of
Yeah,
them
I
on
remember
console, but the PS2 version of Sims 2 was a different game to PC version of Sims 2, whereas Sims 4 is the same on all platforms.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, Sims 4 was Knuckles. Sims 2 was which was also really good. Sims 2 was James, the commandant, because he couldn't make Bison, and Pablo, and everyone dies, and Pablo looks at the Pablo engine and says, "I am too unhappy to run."
That's
Yeah.
okay. That was where it was worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
2K20 worked better than it had any right to. Good lord.
I mean,
And several times it didn't work, and that added to the comedy.
yeah. Holy shit!
What's up?
Tengoku Basara was 4 years ago.
Yeah, yep. One of the Sengoku boss wars, because we did it twice. We did two of the games.
We didn't. Yeah, we did two games. The Sengoku Basara 4, but the one where both of us played, was 4 years ago. The one was earlier. Like we did it. I know that we did Yukiden in 2018, because literally the last recording session of Yukiden is like. I don't know how to put this more nicely, but like after we stopped recording the last session of Yukiden, I went over to the other room in the house and held my grandma as she died.
Oh no.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah. So it was definitely 2018.
Yep.
Does Metal Gear count?
I don't think it does on either account. It's not really a one-off. It was just a really short, forgotten series. I also don't remember anything really noteworthy happening.
Okay, here's an answer. Dead Rising 2, but only the Antoine experience video.
I thought about answering with that, but I was like, probably not. But yeah, if you're going to answer with it, then yes, I agree.
Like,
that worked out spectacularly. I remembered that Antoine would be a problem. I'm glad he worked out to be as much of a problem as he did.
Yeah. I mean, like, the thing is, like, I have no problems with the entire Dead Rising 2 video. It's fine. It's good. It has good bits and everything. The Antoine experience is just a separate beast entirely. Is the thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Battle Block. That was a good one. Pink and I wanted to turn it into a series, and then they took it off of Game Pass.
Yep.
Genuinely same week, if memory serves.
Yep.
Monster Hunter is up there, just because of the engine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Ark and the other one, whichever one it was, the one that was in Conan Exiles. Well, alone, they're not really noteworthy.
I think it's more appropriate to call Conan Exiles not Ark.
No. We played a third game that's like those two. But it wasn't Conan Exiles. It wasn't Ark. It was a third one. I don't remember which one it was. But we had two of those videos, and like alone they're not really noteworthy, but together I feel like it's very funny. Where like it does a very funny thing of like you're doing the games and the things the game expects you to. I'm building the base because that's what we did in Terraria, more or less. Thinking out foraging somewhere usually, and then eventually in both of those games it boiled down to us getting into a fight over where the house is, and me killing you too.
I remember that. Yes. At some point, either me or Pink got stuck in the corner of the building.
That's Ark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Rondo of Blood just because of the backflip into the water.
Yep. Otherwise, not much progress was made, but I mean, Rondo's one of the hardest games and one of the hardest game series ever. So, makes sense.
I think I will forever look back fondly on Harry Potter and the Large Pile of Ash.
There were some parts that worked, yeah.
But it also is just like something that we don't usually do. Like I look back on it more fondly because it's a weird video, more or less.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Oh, okay, here's the real winner, I think. Because technically this was all one session. Human Fall Flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, Human Fall Flat. Human Fall Flat. It's been said before that Human Fall Flat's a YouTuber game, but we would have really enjoyed it even if we weren't making a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yep.
That game is delightfully silly.
Yes. And if you ever get to actually getting it on PC, then it has like 4 more levels now, so...
Oh, yeah, man. That's true.
Because I see like every 3 months or so, I just see the thumbnail of it updated, and it says new level added, and I go, oh, cool.
It is.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Oh shit, human fall flat doesn't count.
We did do a second.
Yes.
Oh, right. Well, we at one point did a one-off of it, but there's another time we did a series of it. Yes.
No, we didn't do a series of it. We did a one-off of it, which is the two episodes. But I just came across us doing the Christmas special, which makes it two sessions, so it doesn't count.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Well, there's a couple ones we said for the one-off thing. They're actually did multiple parts, though. We counted Dead Rising 2.
Flat counts for both because we had a one-off session as just Human Falls Flat. Then we had a one-off session for it as part of a Christmas special. So they're two one-offs in two different categories. That's how that works.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure. I saw one just now, but it escapes me. I forgot, and now I can't find it. Oh yeah. Okay, not because the video is good or anything, just because it's a train wreck of a video. That's why I remember it. Soul Calibur 6, or better known as Yoshi's Feet. Therefore, we must talk about humankind.
Yeah. I'm not sure any video we've done has been hijacked harder by somebody. Which worked out in our favor, because otherwise I don't think there would have been really much to do with Soul Calibur 6. It would have just been like, yep, I mean, this plays fine, but it's not the Soul Calibur magic that we were looking for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I doubt we'd have remembered it this far if it wasn't for Soon coming in and doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think we would have remembered it this far if Soon didn't come in and post fucking Yoshi foot fetish. Which is the real kicker. Unintended, I guess.
It's not really that notable for Soon to come in evangelizing some indie game that he thinks is going to change the world. That's pretty standard stuff for someone to take it from someone who's talked to Soon for 10 years. The unusual part was Soon coming in being like, hey guys, look at this weird fetish shit I found. I'm like, why?
Okay, I don't know how it came up.
It was the thing that was confusing was that, like, it's not something we're super unused to. Because, like, Addy, you love to bring up weird fetish shit. You find it really interesting and weird. That's not Soon's thing.
I mean, even the weird fetish shit, like, I don't post weird fetish shit. I tell you about the existence of a fetish because I think your reactions are funny, but I don't actually expose you to it otherwise. Like, you know, I have yet to post like a null bulge or whatever.
Oh shit.
But yeah, like if memory serves, what happened there was, I don't remember how it came up, but Soon started talking about Yoshi from Mario's dead from a creepypasta called Yosha. And he was trying to find the creepypasta, but when he looked it up, instead he found foot fetish. And then for whatever reason, he posted it in the chat. I don't know why he did that.
The next logical step.
Oh shit.
I came across this title, it made me laugh. Tekken 7, but it's spooky, I don't know. In Hollow Week 2020.
Yep.
That might be it, honestly.
We could talk about something else just to pad out time.
Sure.
Well, boys, actually, specifically, Patty, I've been meaning to ask you. I know you were there for the Raw Netflix debut, and it seemed like you're having a really bad time and hating it. So I was really surprised to see that you have continued to watch.
I decided to give them 3 chances, like, you know, the 3-episode rule, more or less.
I see. So they failed?
I guess not? Question mark? Like...
We're not sure yet. The jury's still out. They're deciding on it.
Yeah, like, the thing is that, on one hand, like, that week, the debut was fucking ass. Like, it was some of the worst wrestling I've seen.
It was a highlight compilation of the wrestlers you hate most.
But not only that, but also the show was just badly paced. I hope Triple H sent Triple H a text. But yeah, it was a highlight compilation of the wrestlers I liked the most. Like, they like, I forget, it was Logan Paul on that?
I would imagine they wouldn't want to leave him out because he's the star.
Yeah, I think they had Logan Paul on the show, but he wasn't wrestling that night.
Whatever, close enough. But yeah, so like that, but also just like all of the wrestling was just like, all right, so we will do this 20-minute match. The 20-minute match will have like next to no storyline. The storyline will not be the storyline that there is will not be told through the moves and and how the wrestlers act. It will just be shouted by one of the wrestlers. And that was every match. And there were also 4 matches or 3.
Pretty well all of which were built on pre-existing angles that had been a long time building up. So if you're just coming in, it's like, well, what's the big deal?
Yeah, not only that, but like, you know, that's another thing. Like when I started watching in 2011, I also came in during angles. But the difference between then and now is that in 2011 they actually tried onboarding people with each match. And actually, they've been trying to onboard people with each match after the debut show. It was just those matches. They just went, all right, fuck everyone who hasn't been watching. What do you mean we're getting exposed to an entire new audience? And so that show was just fucking abysmal. And then, like, you know, like, I'm just reminded of the Roman match, where it was just like, all right, 2 punches, throw the guy out to the outside, got to a fucking advertisement. All right, go back into the ring, 2 punches, throw the guy to the outside, and then just do this for 20 minutes, and then someone does a spear. Like, you know, there's methodical wrestling, and there's literally doing nothing, more or less. And like that's not to mention that this was an Extreme Rules match. So by the end of it, it wasn't 2 punches. It was 1 punch and one attack with a weapon. Throw the guy to the outside and then got to advertisement. But yeah, like that and the whatchamacallit, I forget. I think the Damian Priest Finn Balor match was also on the same show, and that was also an Extreme Rules match. And those were honestly, genuinely some of the worst Extreme Rules matches that I've seen. Like, some of the worst hardcore matches that I've seen. Just because, like, it told me nothing. Like, one of the worst examples that I can bring up, which is why I joked about it so much, is Al Snow and Road Dogg had a hardcore match on a random episode of Raw that was completely cold. No build-up, no storyline. Just go out there and attack each other with weapons, I guess. And... And the match was bad, but through interaction, through wrestling, you know, instead of just yelling it, because they also yelled shit back then, but you heard, like, instead of, you know, cutting a fucking monologue in the middle of the ring and somehow it getting picked up between 2 punches, instead of that, it was just, all right, Road Dogg yells 3 words, and that's all the dialogue you get in the match. Aside from those 3 words, everything to set up the heat of the match was done through wrestling or otherwise attacking each other. And like, while I won't say that the match was good at all, at least I could feasibly understand by the end of it why Road Dogg and Alistair were trying to attack each other with weapons aside from that's the stipulation of the match.
Yeah.
And I felt like the matches on the Netflix debut didn't do this. But yeah, since then, I've seen some better onboarding and all that. The machine guns are good, which I already knew because they're like the only people that have been fans of in TNA. But hey,
Yeah.
it's nice to see that even though they're 5 million years old, they're still the best tech team in this company. And then I don't know. I LA Knight. I didn't see a whole lot of him. There's a weird. So I saw people talk about 50-50 booking, but I saw people talk about like 50-50 booking. To me, I don't know about y'all. To me, 50-50 booking is when we go back and forth on wins and losses. When nobody is allowed to be dominant. In a rivalry. But I've seen more and more people say use 50-50 booking to talk about nobody being able to dominate in a match, which is incorrect.
Yeah, that's 50-50 like match planning, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's just bad pacing for the match. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And there is a problem that I am noticing in the wrestling today, that there's bad pacing because they don't allow a person to be dominant and then like suddenly they become dominant because that's what the story calls for, but otherwise it's just like, all right, let's go back and forth, and then you do the spot and then match is over, like Jacob Fatu with Strowman on main event. Which, like, once again, my biggest problem with that was a combination of this. It was, for one, the fact that Fatu wasn't allowed to be dominant in the match proper. And then when he was allowed to be dominant, he chose the most fucking unbelievable move to injure Strowman with.
The running Samoan ass in the corner, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah, he did that like, I don't know, 10-15 times. And like, for one, you're not Rikishi, your ass doesn't cover the fact that it doesn't hit. For one.
Yeah.
And for two, even with Rikishi, I would have a hard time believing that he would go fast enough to break someone's nose, let alone you. Like you could choose any millions of moves that are more believable to injure someone. Like I would sooner believe that, like, I don't know, you do an inverted power slam. I could imagine that someone falls bad from an inverted power slam and they break their nose. A lot easier than I can imagine that you do the fucking rear view and it just so happens to line up. When it obviously missed. So that. And then, but then also I just don't like it. Like they're doing a bad job selling their characters, in my opinion. I just don't like their characters. I think they're uninteresting. Tabatonga and Fatu. But yeah, whatchamacallit, Penta. This is the first time I'm seeing Penta wrestle a full match, more or less. And like, yes,
potential.
Who
was it against? I know everybody loved his match against Gable.
I saw both of them. Because he said too, he fought Gable and he fought Road Warrior bitch. I'm forgetting his actual name, it's Butch, but like,
Peter Dunny.
Yeah, him. Like I was trying to sort all of the fucking jobbers that I never cared about in my head, like Noam Dar. But yeah. So yeah, Pete Dunne. He had a match against Pete Dunne and it was better done. Ironically enough. Just because like like the problem is I don't know who fucked up in the Gable match. If it was like the agent, if it was Penta, if it was Gable, but they didn't really try to make their styles work together. Gable was doing Kurt Angle shit because he is Kurt Angle, and Penta was doing Lucha spots because he is Lucha. And they didn't think about the fact that Kurt Angle will probably make it do some Lucha spots, like power spots with the Lucha. Because like I don't know. When I think of like Angle or whatever, like when I think of like Angle fighting Mysterio basically, because that's more or less what they were going for with this. Like, I would imagine that, like, say Penta does his thing where when Penta does the Jeff Hardy corner stomp with the Atrix, like Angle, I would imagine would just jump up and grab him to do a power move, like either British Bulldog's finisher, which his name escapes me, or a power slam or something, and like, no. They didn't do anything interesting with that, so that match wasn't really good. Also, they like whichever one of them thought it was a good idea for Penta's debut to feature him getting fucking German suplexed on the apron on his neck, and actually selling it as well. The Pete Dunne match was better because Dunne is a technical wrestler, I guess. And it was just a whole match of Dunne working the fingers, not even the arm, the fingers for Penta, which I figured that was a joke on Sin Cara. Like that's all I could imagine.
Oh no, that's Pete Dunne's gimmick, is that he works the fingers.
Pete Dunne has used a finger-based offense for most of his career, but the fact that it could be construed as a knock on Sin Cara is kind of hilarious in its own right.
That's what I figured because like Sin Cara, if memory serves, Sin Cara did the suicide dive and broke his pinky in like one of his first 10 matches, and this was Penta's second, so they're just throwing shit at Sin Cara.
I don't think.
Remember when you were Triple H's pet project? You don't work here anymore.
We'll teach you.
That'll show him.
But yeah, that match was just overall done better because Dunne
it was Pete Dunne better.
Yes, because Butch he got Penta off at points. Penta got some offense in. Like, if they teach him how to have better psychology, Penta, that is, like, he could actually be something, you know.
He's looked good in the clips I've seen so far. I'm sure that he doesn't actually have that much psychology, but at the same time, I doubt he's, the person that. I doubt he's like what Ted says. They're like, oh, garbage, get rid of him now. Yeah,
no. Like, genuinely, if it's just if like he, like I think that it's twofold. He's not in the storyline yet, so I don't know how he tells a story in a match. Maybe he's actually good at telling a story in a match, and the reason these matches felt kind of pointless is just because they're cold matches, trying to get him warmed up with the audience. But also it's just a general whatchamacallit, like it's an AEW thing or whatever, like an indie thing overall. Like they need to teach him that like you probably shouldn't need a move after the Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah. The Canadian Destroyer becoming just a move is just generally a wrestling industry issue right now.
Yeah.
Fucking Edge uses it as just a move.
Although, like, if he wants to use it as just a move, I think he should adapt the Omega Driver as his finish. One of them. Like,
I like the Omega Driver. I think we should just let Chuck Taylor keep it until he retires, honestly.
See, I'm just imagining like a Lucha Omega Driver where he does like a cartwheel into it.
There was a dude in Noah who had he'd put him in a back suplex position, but then when he bring him up into the air like he was going for a back suplex, he didn't flip around and DDT them. And in a match against, I think, Katsuhiko Nakajima, he caught the guy while he was doing a like back handspring to the ropes like Ricochet and Wesley do. And that was a very cool spot.
Yeah. But like, just like for the Omega Driver, I'm just imagining like it's a report thing where he like does the arm wringer thing that they do when they try to go for the the Irish whip, where he just flips through it and they do like an entire flip to the side, and then transition that into the Omega Driver. It's like a tombstone, like when they reverse the tombstone, but more risky.
The risk makes it good.
Yeah. I mean, it like most pile drivers, it really depends on like who's doing it and how. Because there's a, I would imagine that there's a safe way to do the Omega Driver, and like if you can do the safe way, if you can do the Omega Driver safe, then you can also probably do the flipping thing before it, and then just do the regular Omega Driver. But yeah. Oh yeah, one of the highlights since I've come back has been Nia Jax.
She has been genuinely just like really like beyond just the meme of Pink's one of our best buddies, and Pink adores Nia Jax. So the meme of like, oh, let's, even if she doesn't, she's not any good, let's act like she's great just because it's funny and it's with Pink. No, Nia Jax, ever since she came back, has legitimately just been a very good heel.
Yes. Like she is, honestly, I would say that she is what the WWE is missing right now. She is a character. She is she is a, I don't know how else to put it, honestly, but like she has a character to her. She is a Stone Cold. She is a Rock. She can be built upon.
Yeah.
Like I would honestly go as far as to say that like I haven't seen a lot of LaKnight, but she feels more like what Stone Cold and Rock were than LaKnight. LaKnight feels like someone trying to emulate Stone Cold and Rock instead of just being them.
I love LA Knight, but he's very explicit about the fact that he draws so much inspiration from The Rock and Stone Cold.
Yeah, I mean, like LaKnight is good, but what I've seen of him is good. But like most people, because of the no pacing in wrestling matches, he is kind of misused, like everyone else.
Let's see. What else is why are now people acting like Tiffany and Rhea are a lesbian couple?
I don't know.
No either.
Okay.
I must have missed something there.
I think I'm in a feud with Gog over Tiffany. Because I dare say that she's overblown and sucks. When in the one match she was in, she botched everything and looked like she would die.
Yeah, I really like Tiffany, but yeah, no, that's, if there's sacrilege against Gog, it is definitely, yeah, no, Tiffany is his girl, very much so. He will not take that shit from you.
But yeah, like genuinely, it was her and Taya Valkyrie, I think. No, it was someone else, and then also Taya Valkyrie on a separate occasion. Taya Valkyrie when she got her title.
Man, I love Taya Valkyrie. Hope she comes back one day.
Now, like, you and I both know, Pink, it's not for her wrestling capabilities.
I think she's good enough that I could maybe say that she's a good wrestler and get away with it.
Like, would you care if you couldn't?
No, don't call me out like that.
Like I saw her win the title, Valkyrie, and like there is not. It is very rare that I look at a new wrestler. Just in general, like they usually don't do this, but it's very rare that I look at a new wrestler in a match and I go, they need like a couple more hours in the oven, not minutes, hours. You know,
She needs a couple
Did
more
she shit
decades in the
that
oven.
hard?
what?
Oh, what? Are we talking about Ty Valkyrie or Tiffany Stratton?
Valkyrie.
Okay.
Lyra Valkyrio.
Oh, that one I really question because it's like I think Lyra's really boring, but like she's not bad. She's just boring.
The match she had for the championship was pretty bad. I remember that much.
Yeah, she genuinely at some point. So okay, one of the spots that I remember from that match, because it was so bad, is I forget who she was fighting. I think Bailey or whoever.
It was Dakota Kai.
Okay, Dakota Kai.
Oh,
Dakota Kai throws her out of the ring. Dakota does her job fine. Valkyrie gets her neck stuck on the ropes.
Oh no. At least she didn't pull a fucking Enzo, I guess. Speaking of pulling an Enzo, holy shit about that J.A. McDonough bump last night. Jesus fucking Christ.
I completely missed that bump, by the way. So when I hopped in the Discord and saw everybody talking about it, I was like, what's going on? Then I went to Twitter and saw it wasn't a GIF of it. It was a screenshot of like him making the impact, and his body is completely contorted.
Yeah.
Blockhead is going to TNA.
Yeah. He might be dead at this point. I'm not sure. We haven't had an update in a while. But yeah, that was freaking brutal.
I want to note, I hadn't heard about it from the guys, the bump. So when I log on to Twitter and I see the first tweet that gets shown to me is JD McDonough saying, "Don't worry, guys, I'm fine. All that happened is that I broke several ribs and I punctured my lung." My reaction was, what kind of fucking statement starts with, "Don't worry, I'm fine. It's only a punctured lung"? How fucking bad of a bump was it? That's like, hey, this ain't so bad, y'all.
Just but a flesh wound.
And then I looked up the bump, and yep, that's one of the nastiest bumps I've ever seen that wasn't in a hardcore match. Pink, Addy, have you seen the bump?
No, I didn't watch yesterday because I was finishing God of War Ragnarok.
Okay, we gotta talk about that as well. But sorry, Pink. So it was Judgment Day versus the War Raiders. Now that they're finally done being Vikings.
Which Judgment Day?
It was McDonough and who was the other teammate? Was it Finn? It would probably be Finn if it's teaming with McDonough, because
I would assume
McDonough.
So. It might have been Dominic though.
McDonough and the fourth guy who has no name. He's not Hollywood. Yeah. He's not McDonough. He's the other one. Like,
Sir, not appearing in this stable.
Yeah, like, I just imagine they do a whole like backstage interview with the Judgment Day, and they all get a chance to talk, and they just finish just like turns around, looks at the guy, and he looks says, "Other guy," and then they give him the mic. Speaking of, I don't know who they could do it with, but they like for like a low mid card or like jobber storyline, they should really just bring in someone as vacant, like just paint someone black and white, young lion outfit, bald.
Give somebody gray skin so they'll look like an old school comics depiction of a black man. The bump was Large Viking. He's not a Viking anymore. I need to correct myself. Ivar and oh god, what was his name before he was Ivar? Was he Hansen?
I can never remember those names.
I don't remember Eric and
I don't
Ivar.
know.
There's Fat Boy and Bald Guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
fat and
Dex
bald.
Hardwood. He's in the Viking Raiders.
That's true. I remember the first time Gog called them Viking Fat and Viking Bald. Ted said, "We can't delineate every tag team by calling them the bald one and the not bald one." I think I said not with that attitude, and I posted a picture of a razor.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite thing is I forget if it was like some semi-official thing that called one of the that called Dex Hardwood FTR bald. Like, do you need anything more than that? That is his name now.
I feel like we can switch to FTR Desperate and FTR Gunman.
No, it's just FTR Desperate and FTR Gun.
Yeah. At that point, they sound like Metal Gear Solid code names.
Yeah.
Oh shit! But yeah, Fat Viking, Fat Raider was he raids the fat. Fat Raider was outside the ring, and he was between the ring and the commentary table, right?
Yeah.
So JD McDonough steps onto the apron and does a springboard moonsault onto the Fat Viking.
Yeah.
He defies the laws of reality and does a back flip onto himself. Yes.
Probably would have had a much easier time doing that than what he actually did.
Like I just imagining him doing a fucking he does a shooting star press in place on the apron.
Like Billy Kidman did that one time.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, so naturally, the way that they usually do the bump when you're doing a moonsault to a standing opponent is you tend to land actually on their shoulder and just kind of roll off of them.
Yeah.
So he did that. Unfortunately, there was not nearly enough space between Raider Fat and the commentary desk.
There was not nearly enough shoulder. Surprisingly enough.
McDonough slammed his ribs onto Raider Fat's shoulder, then slammed his back as hard as possible into the front of the commentary desk.
Oh.
And the momentum of the moonsault kept going, so it caused his neck to whip back, which that alone should like fucking give him whiplash.
Yep.
But because his neck whipped back, he also slammed the back of his head as hard as possible into the top of the commentary desk. He became an L shape fitted onto the commentary desk.
Frankly, he's lucky the commentary table was there to break his head from going straight backward down into his ass, because that whiplash, good lord.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, Pink, but you don't need to correct me because every single opinion I've seen indicated this. McDonough actually afterwards got up from the bump. And the entire, he got a standing ovation of just people going, "Holy shit, you're not dead!"
Yep. Yep.
Wait, I just realized McDonough's name. He's Judgment Day McDonough.
Yes, he is. Because I saw Ted say, "This map has been a very good showcase for JD, but not for JD."
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the ultimate result with Judgment Day. Was Judgment Day a good stable? No, it really wasn't. It was very kind of just like, meh. But in the end, it got Dominic over, it got Rhea over, it got Damian over. And possibly if McDonough continues to show himself as a workhorse that can't be stopped, it could get him over.
Yeah. If Carlito, Finn, and the other guy are also there.
Yeah. you can't get Finn over. And Carlito, it's like, does Carlito need to be got over? He's kind of the retiree that's just come along for the ride.
I mean, really, they should start to do a gimmick where like every week Carlito is in the wheelchair, and then when they ask him why, he just says old.
He just says old.
Yeah.
No, Carlito, just old.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm needed in the writer's room. I will be in the next win soon, so without as much fuckery with the championships.
You or Carlito?
Me.
Okay. I was confused for a second. Like, is Carlito saying this from the wheelchair?
He's breaking the fourth wall. I'm gonna go and write it so Finn gets the championship. But then he gets injured in the same match, so he must drop it again.
I'm going into business for myself, hermano.
Yeah. I just spit in the face of the writer's room.
You know what's cool? My booking. Okay, I have to ask what you thought of God of War Ragnarok. I assume it's not going to be a particularly high opinion because you were not fond of 2018.
I mean, it's more of the same. Just overall, my opinion is more of the same. It's just the gameplay. I think, well, they did improve on it because the third weapon that you get is very interesting. The changes that they made with the health buttons, I don't remember those being in the in the first game. Those made the combat mechanic more interesting. I still hate that the camera is the GTA 3 camera that will never cease. And one of my favorite things is things in the game was having to go into the options menu to disable the fucking hand cam shaking that just makes the game look bad even.
Yeah.
And also similarly in the cutscenes, like, you know, once I turn it off, in the cutscenes I could live with it, but still at the same time there were so many shots where it's like, this thing is nothing to the scene. This is just there because we could do it. But like, this does nothing for the scene.
Yeah, I love Ragnarok in 2018, but yeah, they fall into a lot of the traps of we want to make this look like a modern movie, right down to the bad cinematography techniques of modern film.
Yeah, but like, imagine how much harder it would have hit if the hand cam was only used for, like, you know, when Fenrir dies at the start of the game, or like the part near the end with the twist. Like the hand cam could have enhanced those moments a lot more if we actually had cinematography otherwise.
Yeah.
You know, I say as an actual movie guy.
Yeah.
Somehow. But still, like, this is one of those things where, like, this has been bothering me in video games for years, and yeah. Now I'm working on a way to go. Fuck you, my opinion matters.
I have to ask, with the other playable character, I don't know why I'd be bothering to protect Pink from spoilers for a game that I doubt he ever intends to play. But for the other playable character, how did you feel about the other playable character?
I thought the other playable character was implemented very well. I think that they could have done more to lean into the characterization. But otherwise, like, I think they were fine. I actually kind of enjoyed how different they felt to play to Kratos.
Yeah.
How they had a more of a focus on ranged attacks and all that. Yeah. Although it did come with the caveat that it kind of felt like you were playing as a supporting character to someone else as they fight.
To a certain degree, yeah. I appreciate that they made the decision to make it so that the second player character also has an appropriate companion for the boy button, which is no longer the boy button, but nonetheless.
It's the man button.
Yeah, that's one thing. For one thing, yeah, Atreus isn't a full-grown man yet, but Atreus is like 15 or 16 in that game, so it doesn't feel right to call him boy. And like a rather major point of transition from 2018 to Ragnarok is that Kratos doesn't call him boy anymore. It's now Atreus.
Yeah, He
But also,
does call him boy once, at least.
like like I want to say like he should now be called the woman button, but that makes Kratos sound like a sexist.
Woman, attack this jogger.
And like she wouldn't take that shit from him if he did.
No, she wouldn't. For at least half of the game, she wouldn't. For the other half of the game, she just sigh and go, all right.
Yeah, there's a certain point of resignation with that character of like, I don't really know what I want to do anymore.
Yeah. I want to kill. Everything else, I don't know.
Like, I want to kill, but like, I gotta admit, the more that I think about it, like, maybe you can wait.
I mean, my favorite point was when this character they go to the fates, and the fates just don their best fucking Geese Howard outfits, and they go predictable, and then she just looks at the camera and goes, "Fuck me," more or less.
Oh no! That scene is great. I love that it's so much like they just served the point.
I mean, the thing is,
you're just going to do this, and Kratos is like, "What? Yeah, I guess I am, aren't I? Shit."
I mean, also like, I liked for that scene, but not really any of the other scenes that it happened in. But for that scene, I was fine with the Norns just being like the Norns literally just being comments from the internet.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite. It's one of my favorite part is that legitimately the game just does explicitly have the character say what has been, to a certain degree, the accurate criticism of these games of you still kill gods, you just feel bad about it now.
Yeah.
Has anything really changed, Kratos?
Also, I saw some people say that the ending is rushed. I don't know, it didn't really feel rushed to me. At one point, yeah.
I think people just expected more of a big, flashy, showy festival of CG more than what they got, which I don't really care.
See, for me, like, if you're talking about like the war at the end, the war was never gonna be good because this set of gameplay mechanics, this thing that we have built up for the game as, does not serve that sort of thing. And I would even go as far as to say that the original trilogy also didn't really serve it well. It served it better, but it didn't serve it well. The only difference between that and now, when it comes to like the big set piece scenes, is that in the original trilogy, they played around with the settings a lot more for the war scenes, where it was like, all right, so yeah, you fight on Titan. Whereas in this one, they couldn't really do that because the story, because the mythology didn't lend its way to that.
Yeah, it's yeah. Go ahead. It's just you're correct.
And then let's see. The two things when Atreus comes home from shopping at Tesco's.
Yeah. Boy, you forgot the milk? You forgot the cookies?
But yeah, when he comes back from shopping at Tesco's, I did like how Kratos, like it's this whole big serious scene, and Kratos just looks at him and goes, "What do I call you?" And that's it.
Who are you?
Yeah. And then, what was I gonna say about Atreus? I was gonna say something about Atreus, but I forget what. But that's good.
I appreciate that they made the decision. Atreus canonically does have access to Spartan Rage, but they nonetheless were like, yeah, but it'd be more interesting if he didn't just do Spartan Rage and had something different. And it was a good choice to be like, well, he's a shapeshifter, let's do that.
Yeah. I do wonder how they will handle in the future the stories of Loki turning into a horse and then getting pregnant. Stuff like
You know, we can only assume if they want to make more God of Wars in like Egypt or Japan, it'll be about Atreus instead of Kratos. Whereupon, I guess he'll get fucked by an Egyptian or Japanese horse.
I mean, it would be funny if we got separate God of Wars for both of them. So like Atreus goes to Egypt, Kratos goes to Japan. Just because I think it would be really funny for Kratos to be in Japan.
It would be. It kind of implied dereliction of duty. You know, spoilers again, everyone. But like Ragnarok kind of implies like Kratos isn't going to have any more adventures because he's more or less now just the protector of Scandinavia.
Yeah. But I mean, he can be the protector of Scandinavia and also go to Japan. Essentially.
What? This is it the goddamn Amaterasu pops up in Scandinavia and is like, yo, the samurai gods are invading, bitches.
Susanoo pops up and he's like, yo, I need you to help me get Amaterasu out of the cave.
I can't do it because I'm dumb.
I can't do it because I'm not a woman, I can striptease. That is unironically actually how they got Amaterasu out of the cave. in Shintoist mythology, Amaterasu, I forget what it was. Susanoo and Amaterasu got into a fight or something, and she locked herself into a cave so there was just no sun for like a month. And eventually every Shinto got together to try and get Amaterasu out of the cave. And what actually got her is that some like goddess of booze and merriment or something like that just started doing a drunken striptease in front of the cave, and she came out.
Amaterasu, all about that lady god action.
Yeah. Super lesbian, not regular, super.
Divine lesbianism.
Yeah.
This lesbianism is rated godlike.
But yeah, there are some funny stories like that they could attempt for Kratos.
Kratos gets a new weapon. Okay, Kratos gets a new weapon. It's not. It's kind of like the old Medusa head, but no. He gets like a fucking pocket Tanuki that's like his buddy, not like kind of like Mimir, and you can defeat the fucking Kappa enemies really easily by Kratos pulling the Tanuki enemy out of his pocket and putting him forward ass first, and the Tanuki enemy just farts aggressively in the Kappa's direction.
I also imagine that Mimir, he'd bring Mimir with him to Japan.
Does Mimir still get to call up his Valkyrie girlfriend?
Sure. She's the one that takes them to Japan.
I may only be ahead, but I still got that hot warrior woman girlfriend.
So just like I don't know, I just feel like it would be funny because maybe it's supposed to be the smartest man alive, that he just like gathers intel and starts telling you about the random tales from Japan and half of them are wrong.
You'd think he would have talked to Tyr at some point about it, because Tyr's been there. Tyr knows what's up.
Who knows where Tyr is?
So, quick question. Did you do the post-game content with the real Tyr?
No.
Okay, so if you go back to Niflheim post-game, because as Odin's prison that he was keeping in Asgard explodes outwards into Niflheim for some reason.
Yeah.
And you can go in there and find the real Tyr. And the real Tyr reveals, so Odin had to come back to me every time that he was imitating, every time that Odin was pretending to be me, he had to come back here and imitate me personally. So I've been here and I got to fucking see it every time he was like infiltrating you guys. I'm still alive, and he kept me in there. It sucked. And Kratos could talk to him and be like, so you're on the level? And Tyr's like, yeah, I'm fucking super glad that Odin's dead. He's a bitch.
Uh, the reveal, the reveal was I was surprised by, because yeah, it was well done.
Yeah.
I also want to say that's like
correct.
yeah.
It was very well done. Very unfortunate for the participants involved.
Yeah, it does make me sad, because those two were some of my favorite characters in the series, and now they're gone. Well, not tier, but the other two, you know.
Yeah, I love they do make Tyr like a bitch that you very quickly start to go like, motherfucker, why are you even here? And like that starts to be a question that characters in the game start to have towards quote unquote Tyr.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's not even a thing you notice the first time where Brock's like, "Why are you good at soup?" And it's like, Brock, is this really something you should be that concerned with? Oh, but why is it good at soup? I don't get it. It don't make no sense.
Why is he at soup?
No, that. Why is he at soup? Why is this big hunk of uselessness good at soup? Why is he soup? And you really can't just play it up as like, yeah, well, that's just Brock being Brock, I guess, for a good while, up until it becomes very important that, yes, why is he soup? All right.
But yeah, also one thing that I do want to note is that I played Ragnarok right after I played Yakuza Gaiden, and there was a major difference between the two that I felt was missing from God of War Ragnarok.
Suplexing a guy onto a guardrail?
That too, but no, one that's more important to the story. I guess I want to suplex a wyvern to a guardrail at first. But yeah, so I guess spoilers for Yakuza Gaiden, the first one, because there's gonna be a second one, I guess. But yeah, spoilers for that one.
I can't believe it's so great that they're like, we're leaving Kiryu behind. His story is done. Actually, nah.
Yeah, wait a second. Ichiban didn't work that well. Here's Kiryu. Here's Kiryu and Ichiban. Here's Majima.
Like,
fuck Akiyama.
We're gonna be running 6 Yakuza games, one for each fucking playable character. One starts every 4 years, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
But yeah, so the Yakuza Gaiden Kiryu, I beat that, and in that there's a scene where so you know the story has built up over the years through all of the games, and there's a scene where you know Kiryu is usually stoic, like Kratos, which is why I had the idea to draw the parallel anyway to begin with.
I know both of the scenes you're referring to right now.
All right.
The only part I have seen of Yakuza Gaiden is the ending cutscene that everybody said, okay, regardless of whether or not you think the rest of this is stupid, this scene is awesome. This scene is great.
Yes, the ending scene, they show Kiryu crying. And because he is stoic for the entire rest of the series, it hits hard. And it also makes sense. The reason he is crying makes sense for his character. It makes sense for where he is in life. It is just well written. And the fact that they showed him ugly crying really sells the point. And it like made me tear up, because I was there with Kiryu. I know these characters.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like that was very well done. And yeah, in God of War, there's multiple scenes that I felt like they could have justified something similar. Of course, not to the point of ugly crying like Kiryu, but like.
You know, it's not an ugly cry, but he does cry at one point.
It was barely noticeable.
Oh, okay.
Like I think I remember seeing both Atreus and Kratos cry in one cutscene, but it was so barely there that like I wasn't sure.
Oh, it's back to back for poor Kratos.
But yeah, like I feel like as yet another way of showing Kratos' growth as a person, and him just opening up. I think near the end of the game, they could have fit in a spot where he actually visibly cries instead of just maybe there's some water in his eye. Like, he doesn't need to be like wailing and shit, but just make it so he actually, like, you can actually notice on his skin that he's crying. And I don't know if this is like, it's one of those things where, like, I thought about it and I went like, maybe it's an art style difference, but like Yakuza is also a realistic art style game, so like there's no real, like, sure, Yakuza is technically more anime than God of War, but like not in this. Like, generally the art style is fairly grounded in reality. It's just the people dress weird,
I think to a certain degree it probably comes down partly to the God of War 2018 and Ragnarok very consciously don't use camera cuts. And it feels a little goofier for the camera to just get in Kratos' face as he's tearing up rather than cut to it,
I mean, yeah, but then just use camera cuts. Like, single take movies. single take movies are a marvel for a reason. You're not supposed to just do them. You're supposed to think about them. You're supposed to use them to your strengths. You're not just supposed to do them.
And of course, it's also like, I get that, like, with 2018, it was something just really unique to do, but it's something of like, it's not really that impressive because, like, you didn't actually do this all in one take because this is a video game.
Yeah,
that's not possible.
And not only that, but like, of course I will make the comparison, but like, yeah, Tsushima, Ghost of Tsushima. It's also trying to be very cinematic, but it's trying to go for a specific cinematic style. It's trying to emulate Kurosawa movies.
Yeah.
It has camera cuts, it has the whole 9 yards. And to me, that felt more cinematic because there's cinematic compositions in the game.
Yeah.
Whereas God of War feels like a bad documentary. Of like, we tried to get shit in the shot, but like, because it's all one take, we can't. And like, as someone who has made bad documentary, like, yeah, it's hard to do good documentary style without any cuts and shit. That's why you're supposed to cut. That's why you're supposed to have multiple cameras, so you can cut, so it's not boring. Like, it's this thing of like, once again, I forget which game I said this about, but some of these games really need not just someone who likes movies, but they need an actual cinematographer or something. I don't know, as a guy that they call in to be like, hey, does this camera shot look fucking dumb? Is this idea bad?
Am I dumb?
Yeah. No, but like there's, if you want to go for the very realistic, like, genuinely we're trying to be a movie camera shots, you should probably get a guy who works in that shit. so that they know what they're talking about, perhaps. Like, once again, maybe if you want a very cinematic feeling thing, cinematographer, that's their job. They need to make sure the camera is at the right spot to make it look good. And the thing is, with video games, this is so much easier. Because I don't have to lug a fucking camera around.
Yeah.
Like, even if I do have to lug a camera around.
Put the camera where you want it. It can float in space.
Yes. And so that's part of the reason why I'm saddened by how God of War does things and how some other games do things where they try to be cinematic. Where, like, it's one of those things where, like, I look at God of War and I get what they're trying to go for, but at the same time, if I wanted to be really asshole-ish to it, then I could say that, well, it's less cinematic than Silent Hill on the PlayStation 1. Because Silent Hill, due to the technical limitations, had to use very cinematic cameras. And Silent Hill was more imaginative with its use of camera movements and stuff, trying to make it so the game works fine but it also looks good, than God of War, which has no such limitations.
Yeah.
Like, of course, it comes down to taste as well, but Also, like, yeah, it just felt like they could have done better with the camera overall. But once again, like, I don't like this, you know, we see one third of the character may be locked in fucking wherever the camera points is where the character looks at camera. And I never liked it. So maybe I'm just not the target audience.
Not a big fan of the Resident Evil 4 camera.
Never played Resident Evil 4.
Okay, the camera in God of War 2018 and Ragnarok is very Resident Evil 4.
I mean, I guess I think it could work better for a shooter. But God of War is also not a shooter.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, no, I don't like the like, I don't like the camera and the player model being linked together. I think that's the major thing that really bothers me. That I don't like the camera and the player model being linked together because it reminds me of like MMOs and GTA 3, and I don't like either.
Yeah.
And like, even I say MMOs, fucking WoW has you press a button to do that if memory serves.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway. Yeah, I don't think I really have anything else to say about God of War. Maybe it was good.
Pink, what have you got to say about God of War?
I think I played a little bit of the first God of War that released on PlayStation 2, and I didn't really like it. And then I never touched it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. This concludes my history with God of War.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the biggest problem with God of War Ragnarok, I just remembered, is that it's 111 gigabytes.
That's a lot of gigs.
Yeah.
Yep. That's just the modern thing nowadays, that if once you beat a game, you immediately uninstall it.
Yep. I'm reminded of the image. Western developer has been here. How do you know? 500 gigabytes.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even a Western dev problem. It's a game dev problem overall, but still, it is funny.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, I think we could probably go ahead and call her here.
Yep.
Addie. Say bye.
Bye.
Oh.